Find us on overdosefitness.com, on Facebook at overdosefitnessmd, Instagram at odfitlife. 2018 Team Rip It Ambassador, ripitevents.com, Maryland base race events. You still had that one-on-one relationship. Would you do it? I know I sure as hell would. Okay, with more equipment, more open space, a better atmosphere. I mean, it's a great atmosphere now, but could you imagine like how close we all are now in a situation like a I hate to say a big box gym like atmosphere, but could you imagine that type of facility, but it's only regulated to us and like my membership cap? It would be like it would be amazing. I don't know, it's here, and the way I'm saying it, like I feel so passionate, and I know some of you are like, what the hell is he talking about? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna move on. So week 3, look, some of you are still killing it. Well, excuse me, all of you are still killing it. All of you are bringing the pain. Here's the deal. I know I don't write the best directions, that some things could be up for interpretation, right? But for the most part, it's pretty clear. And I'm kind of getting pissed off at the ones that are blatantly not reading it, or they're taking something super obvious and like trying to pick it apart for no reason. Um, this week, there's not going to be a lot of fluff. It's going to be bullet points, and you do it or you don't. And I'm not playing around. You miss something, any part of it, you're out. Like, that's it. I don't care. I don't care if we know each other forever. I don't care if you're a client. That's just it. I gotta be strict. I'm sorry. Um, this week also showed some true colors for some folks. A little adversity, struck them down, and they started bitching a lot. Um, it's all good. Like, I'm the same way. When things start going really well, and then something changes, I get upset. You know, um, and I'm speaking directly about like the fasted cardio situation that everybody was pissed off about. They were pissed about the morning session and or morning sessions, and because it screwed up their routine. So here's my thing with that. All right, fasted cardio is a tool that you can keep in your arsenal, for when things are getting stagnant, or let's say you had that late night, you stayed up till midnight or something and ate till 10 p.m. You don't need to be getting up and fueling your body before a little 30-minute run, or a light session or something like that. So I'm just teaching you another tool that you can use to kind of help you on this journey. Um, Not only that, there's a lot of scientific uh, evidence, that kind of shows that fasted cardio can be more effective for fat loss, because the idea is that you're coming out of a fast from overnight, and your body should go more into the fat burning, or should go into fat burning mode more quickly, I guess, because you won't replenish the glycogen in your liver, it won't be floating around your blood, blah blah blah. It's something different. Um, I enjoy it. The thing is, I don't have a routine in terms of like my everyday life. A lot of you have life routines. That's what I'm gonna call it. Like, you guys are set in your ways, which is cool, right? You know what you're gonna do, but if anything throws you off, you're done, right? You get upset. But here's the thing: that same like life routine that you've been comfortable with has been the same thing that's kind of been given like mediocre results that you keep falling off of. So why not get uncomfortable, right? And try some new things. This could be the thing that throws you over the top. Once or twice a week's not going to kill anybody, you know. And uh, I try not to take anything personally, but of course it's hard not to like feel like I'm getting attacked. Like, that's your idea. I hated it. That's stupid. Like, yeah, I get it. Uh, we got to remember that we all aren't the same, and that a lot of you that are complaining about uh, some of the parts of the challenges are the ones that are very complacent. Not in a bad way. I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like, are stuck in their ways, and they're the ones that are having the hardest time with it, which makes sense. Um, Another thing I want to bring up for the runners and people with multiple goals. I know a lot of you are going to train for your first 5Ks, or some of you are training for, your 10th or 20th race, or this or that. I think that's great. Just remember that your goals don't have to be so black or white, that you can train for multiple things at the same time. And to train for multiple things, you're going to need multiple strategies. So, if you're training for a half marathon and your only goal is to get a better time at that 13.1 mile race, then that's great. Do whatever it takes to improve your chances of getting better at that race. Okay. But if your goal is to compete in a half marathon, and your goal is also to be lean and have a six pack, it's going to take multiple strategies, and you're going to have to kind of blend things together, right? So, a 30-minute easy run that is kind of for recovery and just adding mileage for the week should also be used to promote fat loss. And to better do that, fasted cardio, do that fasted, will kind of increase the benefits of that session, because when you get up, you don't necessarily need to be flooding your body with all that fuel just to go out for a little 30-minute jog. You're not even going to tap into, like, barely any of your glycogen anyway. That's why you see a lot of the endurance folks out there. Like, you go to these races and you look at them and you can see their bodies, and it doesn't make sense, but it does. They're just kind of spiking their blood sugar all day long, running all the time, wasting all their muscle. Body fat goes down, or excuse me, body weight goes down, body fat stays the same. Not a good look. So it takes multiple strategies. Don't be so black or white. It's going to be okay. I've been personally doing this for a while. I've done a lot of different things. I've done powerlifting. I've been very strong. I've benched over 360 pounds. I can still do body weight bench press for 30 reps. I don't know many that can do it for one. I can do it for 30. You know, when I did that, I trained like a power lifter. I studied what the power lifters did. When I was 130 pounds in high school and I got messed with all the time, I researched what it took to get big. You know, I started bodybuilding. I started training. When I went to a CrossFit thing in 2011 and I could only do 2 pull-ups and I was embarrassed as hell, I started researching and watching what the calisthenic guys did and the gymnasts. I started training like a gymnast. When when I wanted to do strongman and I competed in the Maryland strongman, Maryland's strongest man, I started training like a strongman. When I started running, basically for the first time, I mean, we ran in high school, for football and wrestling, but never over a mile or two, and never in a race. It was It was bullshit training. That's probably why we weren't very good. But when I started running again, 2017, my 5K was like not great. I had to walk a lot. It was 30 some minutes, just shy of 35 minutes. And then at the Thanksgiving race, the Turkey Chase, it was 24:10. Brought over 10 minutes off my 5K pace. And when I was getting into that, I asked around and took advice. And I don't challenge people if I don't agree with their advice. I just don't take it, you know. What I did a lot of research. I like to check out a lot of YouTube channels for everything, and that's what I did with the 5K. And I learned how to get faster. You know, I dove into it. I put the work in, and it just kind of happens. Once you kind of obsess in something, it happens. And when just recently, I guess throughout this year too, that was part of the running thing, is that I finally realized that I was too fat. Like, I wanted to be big. I wanted big arms. I wanted to be muscular. Um, and I had a hard time wanting to drop body weight because I know I would lose or knew I would lose a lot of that size. And then I finally just bit the bullet and did it, and I've never been happier. When I was over 200 pounds, I would look at guys that tell me they're 160, 170, and I would just think, like, I will crush you, right? And where am I at now? 165 to 170. I feel great. I look great. It's just, you got to let go of your old thinking and realize that goals aren't so black and white. So my whole life, my goals were pretty black or white, and I kind of realize now, like, yeah, I like to be strong, but powerlifters look like shit. Um, yeah, I like the bodybuilding, but bodybuilders can't really perform. They're not too athletic. Um, yeah, I like to run, but most runners are too skinny, or they're fat and they look like shit. You know. I also did a tough man boxing match in West Virginia, and I won the first round and never went back. But I don't want to get hit in the head. um, anyway, what I'm getting at is, don't be so focused on one goal that you let it inhibit, uh, your success with another goal. Like, you have one goal here that's been so close, and you know what you need to do to get it, but you won't because you're scared of giving up something else. Or you think that your goals are mutually exclusive and that, you train one, it's going to hurt the other. Stop thinking like that. My personal goals now are to be lean. Don't let this impede fun or my lifestyle at the same time. So, how can I have fun and be lean? How can I be lean, have fun, and still maintain good relative and absolute strength? And how can I also maintain size? So, all these things, right? I have to kind of go and grab tools from each, piece or chapter of my life or my training, right? And put them all together now and figure out what's going to work best for me. And that's what I do with a lot of you guys too. That's what I do with a lot of the clients, is I kind of piece a little bit of everything together and it comes out, and that's why I train the way I do. So that's that. Don't be scared to try something new. Don't be scared of the faster cardio. I got cut off. Apparently the video was too long. Um, Thanks for tuning in. I'm not gonna drag this out anymore. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna start adding some more vlogs. New vlogs. I can't even think straight. I'm mixing up my words. I hope that some of this tonight made sense. If not, I'm sorry. It came from the heart, though. I opened up a little bit. Okay? See ya.